Our first company is TrackNet, and we're joined by the CEO, Hardy Schmidbauer. Hardy was actually the first marketing chair for the LoRa Alliance, so obviously this is a company that uses LoRa technology. Tabs is the most recent product launch from TrackNet, and we've just learned a little bit about that coming out of MWC, but we're going to learn a lot more, I think, today. So please welcome Hardy Schmidbauer.
Thank you. So TrackNet, we are developing end-to-end solutions based on LoRaWAN. So we're putting everything together end-to-end from the hardware to the back-end core LoRa network server, and also the mobile app for a few different target verticals. The roadmap that we have is we just launched Tabs at MWC in Barcelona. That is a consumer solution focusing on the home well-being and location of kids. The second one that we're going to develop is called Qs, which is a property management solution. We're already in discussions to add a lot of home healthcare sensors into the Tabs solution. And the idea is that you build network coverage in residential areas with Tabs, you build network coverage in downtown and business districts with Qs, and then in a second phase you can target the more industrial segments that are typically targeted with LoRa and low-power wide-area networks today in metering and the industrial space. And what I view as the really killer app of low-power wide-area networks is the low-cost asset tracking vertical. But to really enable that vertical in scale, you need near 100% network coverage. So the solutions that we're putting together and offering through TrackNet are really to enable and build that network coverage through the solutions. So the model that we call is called inside-out deployment model, and we really see this model being adopted in US and other large geographies. Putting up a new low-power wide-area network just based on towers and targeting the industrial sector makes for somewhat of an unattractive ROI. So we have to find a much better way to scale the network deployments and get network coverage without that very high associated CapEx and OpEx of putting up towers. So we view the inside-out model as a much more attractive ROI model than putting up a new network on towers. And we've seen a lot of telcos and other companies who are putting up the networks migrating and starting to utilize this inside-out deployment model. So the Tab solution, which is what we launched at MWC, is really an all-in-one solution around locating your children, the security of your home, and then monitoring the environment of their home. So we have temperature, humidity, and VOC and CO2 sensors, which detect any harmful gases inside of the home. We're using a Wi-Fi plus LoRa gateway as the hub. So we offer parental control and Wi-Fi security on the Wi-Fi router as well. The LoRa portion gives you a network coverage of entire neighborhoods. So it enables these kind of home consumer solutions not only to work inside of the home, but it'll work on the gate, it'll work on the shop, it'll work in the boathouse. So it overcomes a lot of the connectivity issues you have today with consumer home solutions. Another feature that we get a lot of requests from consumers is a very easy to use parental Wi-Fi. So we've integrated per device filtering into the mobile app. So I have kids who are 5 to 8, I don't want them on different types of social media sites or scam sites or adult sites, so I can block those categories easily in the mobile app. And as they get older, I can enable more and more of those categories for the children. So this is the complete solution. For the tracking and locating of the kids, we're doing a wearable. We also have a general purpose tracker if you want to attach it to a purse or a laptop bag. The coverage that we get from a single LoRa hub is typically around 1 mile. But all the hubs collaborate together. So if you have one, you live across town, my tracking devices will also be picked up by those hubs as well. We've integrated into the mobile app the network coverage, so it doesn't make sense to set a geofence around the kids' daycare if there is no network coverage. I think that incentivizes a lot of people to start to install more gateways as well, and they can see the coverage expand. So we've done the mobile app. Initially done in iOS. We'll be coming out with the Android version later this year. The app and all the devices will be in production towards the end of June. Yep. And I'll stop there, and we can take any questions.
So can you talk a little bit about your go-to-market? How do you address
Yeah, so we're a startup, so we are mostly trying to leverage the other operators in the LoRa ecosystem as the channel to market. So right now we're working with a lot of the European telcos who have deployed LoRa networks, and they will white label this and bring it to market as part of another offering in their consumer offering through their consumer channels. I was going to say for U.S. market, we are still trying to figure out exactly what will be our channel, whether we go direct to consumers or whether we leverage another partner like a cable or telco company here in the U.S. as well.
Okay, great. And if there's a certain number of Is this better? Okay, sorry. If there are a certain number of gateways deployed in a certain geographic area, can you achieve like sort of blanket coverage so that the person who has a sensor is always coverage?
Correct, and we will do roaming agreements with the other companies, Comcast and Senate, who are also deploying LoRa networks in the U.S., so we can benefit from their coverage as well, and they can potentially benefit from our coverage. That's why we've integrated in the network coverage prediction into the mobile app, so that consumers can really feel control of building the coverage themselves. They can put up more gateways where they want to have coverage, whether that's at a school or a daycare or a friend's house, and you can see that coverage being enabled inside of the mobile app.
Okay, great. Now, your background, I think, is with SimTech. Is that right?
Correct. I was the director of the wireless division through the whole kind of LoRa evolution.
So how did you choose this market segment to focus on after that?
Well, I think it was based on a lot of the work that I had done with the other companies in the ecosystem, and a lot of people in the LoRa space were targeting the very industrial sector, right. and Semtech has a long history of serving that industrial metering, smart city type of applications. The reason we chose consumer was we feel it's something that can scale much faster than those markets. Those markets are very attractive markets, but they take a very long time to ramp to get revenue out of. So we felt that maybe the consumer solution was something that could scale much more rapidly.
Okay. And do you get a lot of questions or concerns about security?
No, I mean, I think that's one of the benefits of LoRa is, security is really built into the protocol. Just because I benefit from somebody else's hub across town doesn't mean that they have any access to my data. That data is encrypted. Only my devices will be provisioned into my mobile app. So even though the network and the gateways are somewhat shared, it still doesn't mean that anyone can hack in and get access to my data or somebody else's data.
Okay, great. And I think, did you talk about the price points already?
I didn't talk about the price points, but I think to serve the general broad market, all of the solutions need to be less than $250. So the complete bundle of the sensors and the trackers and the hubs together as a kit need to retail for less than $250. And the other benefit of the solution we have is there's no reoccurring charges. A lot of security systems today, you have a $10 or $15 reoccurring expense, and you don't have that with our tab solution.
So with the European carriers that are marketing this for you, if somebody has a problem with their equipment, they call their carrier?
Yes, the carriers would do the first and second level of support. It would be white labeled as their product.
That's going okay so far?
Yes.
Okay. All right, great. Do we have any other questions for Hardy? All right. Hardy Schmidbauer, TrackNet, thank you very much.
Thank you.